I am so excited about this project. It's so fun. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
A fun game that earns you money. How much did you guys make from Cryptozoo?
Sorry, I just gotta get the levels right real quick.
I lost around $50,000 in Cryptozoo.
I lost $40,000.
So Logan's trying to make a game here, is the idea.
I lost 25.
I mean, can you even be that sad? You put your trust in the Logan Paul, man, after he did what was it, Dink Doink Coin? You put your trust into Dink Doink Coin after it's worth like a fucking billionth of a cent. Why would you throw 25K into something that Logan Paul's doing?
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in Cryptozoo.
Shut up! No, you.
That's fucking crazy. How much bread did you have that you could just throw in 500,000 away on eggs? Can we like go to the Cryptozoo website? Is it up? Cryptozoo. It is a 2021 film. They currently have the SEO on Logan Paul. Whoa! Dude bought the domain. Cryptozoo World. Whoa! What? What the fuck? That is crazy. Get fucked on. He actually got shitted on.
Of course, at the center of it, we have Logan Paul himself, who has abandoned this thing, leaving
Wow.
thousands of fake orphans in his wake. Wait a second.
What?
Thousands of victims in his wake.
What?
Now, you'll be hearing from some of those people because their stories are heartbreaking. This is the first in a 3-part series that's been a year in the making. And if you like high-effort investigations like this one, please consider supporting this channel on Patreon. I don't take sponsors. We are viewer-supported. So if you want to and are able to, thank you.
How much is Coffeezilla making? It's a very easy thing to find out through Patreon. You can't see how much he's raking in. Now, credit where credit is due to Logan Paul. He did actually have a successful NFT project, and I talked about it on stream because I thought it was really cool. 99 Originals, I thought that was awesome. Go watch his video about how he shot some of those pictures. It's really fantastic, some of the situations he set up to make some of those pictures. This is inexcusable, right? This is still inexcusable.
Just because we believe it's gonna work. September 1st, cryptozoo.co.
We don't scam.
That's
I've
fine.
never scammed anyone before. Logan cares extremely deeply about his audience, loves his brand, doesn't have to scam to make money.
I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take.
Now look, at first, I was just as surprised at this.
I agree with Logan. He had me in the first half. I feel like that fresh take is 99 Originals, though.
Pitch as anyone else because I just got finished.
And even
roasting
still, it's
Logan
just pictures
for
at the end of the
a different
day.
coin called Dink Doink, which his fans lost money on.
I'm a Dink Doink fan. Dumbest I've ever seen. That's why I'm all in.
It's comedic, it's fun, it's comedy.
Now look, I know Logan and his friends tried to make it look like Dink Doink was all about
comedic,
memes,
it's funny.
but it turns out they secretly were tied to the project, and Logan created the Dink Doink character himself and subsequently abandoned that project. So if you invested in it, you got blasted, and Logan rightfully took a lot of heat for Dink Doink, which is why I was surprised when he seemingly immediately jumped into another crypto project.
He even presses him on it, like, are you sure this is like not just some like website? And Logan says,
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
Now you might be wondering, how's it possible to earn
wild
money from a game? Well, let me try to break it down for you. This is how it was supposed to work. You started by buying this crypto token called Zoo, which is their in-game currency, and you use Zoo coins to then buy egg NFTs, which you can then hatch to become animals. You then can breed those two animals to become hybrid animals. For example, if you breed a gorilla and a kitten, you get a gore kitty. And the more rare the NFT, the higher the daily yield of Zoo tokens that animal earns you every day. Theoretically, it works like almost like passive income. You can then burn your animal NFTs to release the zoo they earned back to you, and from there you can invest it into eggs or just cash out.
It's quick to make a digital asset with, you know, unique randomly generated characteristics. We handmade art for the past
You should have hired an artist. By the way, great still. You should have hired an artist. I feel like it would have cost you as much money. Does he have a game? Is that a fucking game award? What is that behind him, by the way? You should have just hired an actual artist to do illustrations. And I know that it's still bad, but anything to make it better at this point, man.
months, bro. Approval, very specific notes, 10 different artists making art for our project.
I thought it was a safe place having a guy like that identified, like Logan Paul being the head
Dude,
of the project.
You don't trust any celebrity NFT thing. Any celebrity NFT thing. All of them, every single time, have fucking failed. Even if they weren't pump and dumps. Why would you start with Logan Paul? I don't know. You're just you're just dumb to begin
They had
with.
seen this story he had been telling everyone that he was this reformed influencer, right? That he was no longer a reckless clout goblin just in it for the money. They thought this time it's different. Logan Paul couldn't possibly scam us, right? But as the game got closer to release, the Cryptozoo team started releasing the first ever
Man,
photos
it looks like
of
shit.
these animals. And come to find
It
out,
reminds me of like those videos from 10 years ago of PewDiePie just making funny photoshops.
we spent $1 million on development. I couldn't get this out of my head. You know, is he lying?
That's
There's
a
no way he
huge
expects
budget. That's a huge budget for a website where you're paying artists like $1,000 each to make some stock photos. Coffeezilla's onto something here.
people to believe he spent it on art. So wait, maybe he spent it on blockchain stuff, right? That's what I thought. But then I audited the smart contract, and it's not handmade at all. It's not even original. It's what's called a fork, a copy of, you know, some other code that exists out there. One of them is called Floki Shib X, which launched before it. So where'd this $1 million go? I didn't understand. And Logan just kept repeating this claim.
We've put hundreds of thousands of dollars in it. Personally, the whole team, $1 million plus.
Now, at the time I'm looking into this, there's a teaser going around for Hatch Day, which is the day you can hatch your egg NFTs. And it kind of symbolized the true launch of Cryptozoo. So I thought,
Okay, so
maybe this
was a
maybe
launch
this
day.
is where they spent all the money.
They did
on
have a
their
launch
game.
day.
Not only did the yield part of it not work, did the NFTs not pay you, you also couldn't even hatch them.
So I acquired a bunch of eggs. And actually
So why? You just stay. They just stay eggs.
Keeping them. I actually wanted to hatch them and see what I got out of them and play in this ecosystem that's been advertised or whatever, right?
Cryptozoo already got millions in investments, but Logan only speaks in the Discord twice over the next year to say, quote, sober, currently shaking my head, and yo. That was his
That's fire. That's fire.
contribution to his project. Meanwhile, his community manager, Ben Roth, was actively claiming that Logan was going to be marketing Cryptozoo any day now. He told people things like, Logan is an uncontrollable marketing guru. It's over when we launch. And when we have a product to market, it'll get marketed. And marketing will crush. I promise you.
Have some decency to come out, talk to the people that invested initially, that invested along the way.
That's not
on
gonna
all of the
happen.
Fake and false.
That's not happen. That's not gonna happen. If you think Logan's gonna have a fucking investors meeting, it's not gonna fucking happen. If Logan won't go on Coffeezilla show, he's not gonna go to an investors meeting.
I ever do, it's like my life and soul is put into this project.
Was this
which is where most of my time these days
was this 99 Originals?
Wow, surely this secret project that Logan put his soul into is Cryptozoo, right? You know, the project he launched a month ago?
Nah.
Well, his fans certainly thought so.
No.
I'm like, holy cow, it makes so much sense. He's talking about Cryptozoo.
That sucks. That sucks. The copium freaking confirmation bias. I mean, can you blame him?
Logan Paul's manager, a guy named Jeff Levin. He might be just what we need to settle this whole thing. So, I
The
gave
dare
him a
shirt
call.
fucks.
Hello?
Hey, Jeff. Hey, sorry to bother you.
It's that easy to call Logan Paul's manager where they'll pick up to hello.
This is Steven with
Can I call Logan Paul's manager?
Coffeezilla. I'm calling because I've heard reports that Cryptozoo hasn't paid their development team, and I'm just reaching out for comment before I do this story. I got your number from one of the development team, and they just
Okay, so it's not that simple.
I just want to follow up on that.
I have no comment for it.
He has no comment. By the way, why does this dude got the Sato car in the back?
Okay, are you guys denying it, or are you saying it's not true?
Coffeezilla's smart here to like press him in a way that's like not like allegatory. If he brought up like more evidence, Logan Paul's manager would have probably stayed quiet. He probably would have kept no comment. But I imagine he speaks on this.
No comment. I don't think that the...
Yeah, you gotta shut the fuck up right there. You gotta shut the fuck up right there. Right there, you shut the fuck up. Get a lawyer. Nobody understands. Get a lawyer.
As someone that is reporting news, is to actually verify correct news.
Right, that's why I'm calling you.
Wow, dude didn't even miss a beat, bro. Wow.
I know, and that's legal grounds for that stuff. So I'm just telling you, legally, you have to report correct news with...
I don't know if this is right, but I think Coffeezilla is located in Texas. In Texas, it's legal to do this. It's illegal to like record these phone calls. So one of the parties have to consent on either side. So Coffeezilla was like, I'm gonna call him. And that just made it illegal, I guess, if I'm reading that correctly. He threw some shade in that one. That's for damn sure. Let's watch the second one.
I'm confused about this Eddie Ibanez guy.
Oh, no shot, bro. This is how we're doing it.
It's out of nowhere.
This is how we're gonna keep telling us what's going on. That's actually pretty well done, not gonna lie.
Cryptozoo story, and everything about him I find seems great.
So, what's the problem?
Well, everything's not great. Everything about this guy just seems too perfect. He's an MIT grad, he worked for the military. He even claims he won a Super Bowl. Why would that guy work for Logan Paul?
I don't know.
Dude, what a fucking fantastic way to be speculative. Like, just like set yourself in a fake bar and with the fake bartender and you're just shooting the shit.
His name is Eddie Ibanez?
I think he goes by Eduardo technically, but wait, what are you doing?
I'm just looking around. And done.
Well, what'd you find?
A few red flags, a couple of misdemeanors. Ooh, a few court cases. I'll send them over.
Sean, I have a story about Prime, dude. I told it earlier on stream, but I'll tell it again because you're fucking here. I went to go see Avatar 2 the other day with Connor and Evan, and we were in Target before the fucking movie. We were just trying to get like snacks or whatever, and we were talking about this video that I saw of these people storming a pallet of Prime in Target as the pallet came out. So we were like, it can't be that good. And immediately after, this like 40-year-old woman walks past us holding like a whole box of it. You know, they don't even sell it in the box. It's just like she just took that shit off the shelf and was walking to the register. So we were like, okay, it can't be that fucking good. So we bought some. Me and Evan bought some. And I felt like a dumbass walking back to the register. I had my palm around the fucking label. And I had it like covered in my sleeve. I don't want anyone to see that I was walking around with a Prime. So we got it. Very good drink, by the way. They killed it. They killed it. It's good. It's good. It's like just as good as Gatorade, I would say. If not like slightly worse. We were outside of the mall and there was this like group of fucking white kids on top of the escalator as we were coming up of it. They were coming down it, so it was kind of like this, you know? And they fucking were eyeing us the whole way down. And once we're like next to each other, they're like, yo, where'd you get that? And without skipping a beat, I started fucking with them. But I was like, I started saying like, oh no, I think they said, did you get it from Target? So I said no. And then Evan said something like, yeah, we got it at Target. So after we passed them, I was like pissed at Evan. I was like, Evan, come on, man. We couldn't have like gate kept them, bro. We couldn't have been like, yo, these are the last two, and I'm not telling you where we got them. It would have been so, it would have been just hilarious. They're on a fucking escalator. They have no choice but to keep going down. It was so fucking funny, man. I wanted to gatekeep them so bad. Just like fucking gaslight girl boss, all that shit.
They said like, we don't know where to put you, but and then the
Bro,
sports science.
red flag, this dude's on a fucking yacht and he has the turtleneck and a bandana. But how you know he's fake is because he doesn't have AirPods in. He had a bad team behind him for this shit. That is such a dumb excuse. That is so dumb, dude. I think Hassan had a good take on it.
And those more experienced bank robbers turn around and fuck you over after you've successfully tried to rob the
By the way, why is he spitting in like the Australian accent? I don't understand it at all, but it's just fire, I guess.
bank and have been left with no money in your bag and you get caught by the fucking authorities, you still a fucking bank robber.
They decided to leak me messages, team messages, from the Cryptozoo team from all the way back in the beginning when they thought of this idea, all the way up to launch. And seeing that, it changed everything. Because all of a sudden, I got a lot of new information.
He got the receipts from like the inception, like the, yo, I have an idea. He got the receipts since then, dude.
But what I know for sure is that no one was innocent, although there are certainly shades of guilt you can argue about, because of course, not everyone did sell. You could look at that as the most important thing. Logan Paul didn't sell. Jeff, Logan's manager, didn't sell. But does that make them innocent? Well, I don't think so, because they never built a game they promised people. Logan Paul specifically got millions of dollars spent on this game on the promise of the technology.
I think it's crazy that he called it a really fun game, and it's just something that doesn't even work. It's a fucking website that doesn't work.
I think everyone it is to blame, including Logan Paul, of course, because he was the one in charge of this.
After seeing the Coffeezilla videos, this seems like it's the case. Like, everyone's at fault, but so is Logan. We're gonna get to Logan Paul's response.
Coffeezilla. I watched her 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions.
He's hitting him with like
a shot
a lot of like shit.
At my reputation.
But say something about the video though. You know,
in this video today,
I don't get it.
Defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored.
This isn't true, by the way. Coffeezilla responded to this specifically. His work has been used in a police investigation before, but that was because the police asked him. It's not like he went there with like his fucking papers. He walked into the department.
But it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits? Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven,
I don't know. You're nitpicking, Logan. You're really nitpicking. You talked to like 10 fucking people.
And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees.
Whoa. Since learned? Since when did you learn that?
Have since learned. Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published the defamation.
Yeah, but no, he still had like receipts and like evidence though. Like,
however, unlike
you can't just say like the whole thing was fucked.
The blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer.
Isn't it
stole
crazy
1.7.
that he worked with him again, even after the Pokemon card thing?
Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money
So
on
everything
Cryptozoo.
factual that you have said in this video was everything that Coffeezilla said in his video.
In fact, we only
so
lost
far.
money trying to pick up the pieces.
It's fucking
As
crazy.
Has been the case, a situation that is tremendously complex.
You
but has
haven't-
been oversimplified for both views and clicks. And lastly, Coffeezilla. I now know you're
Oversimplified. This is 7 minutes, and Coffeezilla made like an hour and a half going over it.
motives with this. Clout and money.
This is
Good for
crazy,
you, but also
Logan.
you're
This is
flying your-
crazy.
So I'm not-
Your stuff. I get what he's doing. If you put my name in the title and you label it Logan Paul scam,
Dude, why do you keep saying it's for clout? Why? He didn't just call out you, dude.
Hey Logan, I saw your tweet saying I haven't responded, but that isn't accurate. I asked you for a comment multiple times. over
Dude's
the
name
course
in
of
the
year. You
contact
refused. I
is Steven Capzilla.
invited you on my platform. You refused. You invited me on Impulsive. I refused. We're unfortunately at an impasse, so let me try to get us unstuck here because I think people deserve to hear from both of us. I'd like to offer you a co-live streamed interview about Cryptozoo to respond on tomorrow at 10 a.m. PST, so no one has to travel on the
That's
holidays.
exactly
There's no
the
editing.
solution. A live stream. And a co-live stream is even smarter.
Even though you broke laws, hardly substantiated your evidence, fabricated dangerously misleading falsehoods, and wrongfully accused me of scamming my fans, I'd still love to
Like,
host
you
an
got this, like,
Impulsive.
thesis
Again,
shit, but you gotta just
can even be
bring
one-on-one.
something up
Sorry, boy.
specific, man.
I'm interested in
Like,
talking about
one
your workflow,
thing
creative
that he
process,
got
and
wrong.
script. The guy is good. He is a very good storyteller, and he is very, very manipulative. Very manipulative, and he's good. It's he's built an entire career off it. Sometimes he's more impartial than not. I think he probably has an inherent bias against me, which is reflective in his work and in his piece, which unfortunately has repercussions. If you are perpetuating falsehood, and
Of course he has a bias. He let you know his bias. He thinks you're a scammer.
and it's affecting someone's business and reputation.
Why do so many people think
and
that
it's affecting
because
the
you're
wrong
biased,
person's business and
everybody's fucking
reputation, that person
biased,
needs
dude?
to
I don't know why
act.
people think it's such a bad thing.
If you were to interview and ask my artists what they thought of people just ripping their work to shreds, and by the way, some of them do this. Some of them are like post actively on Reddit hybrid animals, and the hybrid animals thread on Reddit is hilarious and has a bunch of likes and people commenting on it. But the moment that I say it's something
Because
that
it's
I'm
not
doing-
like, because you've fronted this as really cool art that you put months into, not just like a fucking 2-hour Reddit or Photoshop that somebody made.
it doesn't work in that context.
I think it was.
Of course it doesn't work in that context.
I think if it didn't have the.
Of course it
negative
doesn't work in that
outline on it,
context.
people wouldn't.
Fucking year.
And Logan still hasn't, great freeze, by the way. Logan still hasn't named any like specific piece of evidence that Coffeezilla got wrong.
I've said this a million times. The internet loves to oversimplify very fucking complex issues.
This pisses me off because Coffeezilla's the one who did like the 1.5-hour documentary, and Logan Paul's the one who did the 7-minute response that was all like, "Fuck you," like ad hominem shit.
Being railroaded.
Dude, it's just like the vagaries, dude. Dive into his video. Put the video on the TV. Play a little bit. Be like, "Oh, this part's not true. Let me show you why this part's not true." Like,
by an incomplete or unsubstantiated story is one of the most painful fucking things in the entire world. It's
Def talking about Lana. Yeah, I was trying to think about what that whole, because I knew he got caught up in something pretty bad. Dog.
It is shocking to me that motherfuckers think I'm out here in Puerto Rico with a cork board, tax, string.
No one is saying this.
Graphic images going, here's how we're going to scam.
No one is saying
Here's
this.
how I'm going to make my $1 million.
But you're kind of also doing that because then they showed the receipts of like the chats and how you're going to manipulate the market to incite the most profit.
Motherfucker. We're gonna. I'm not even.
Sounds
gonna
like
do
a
it 'cause
meat. It sounds like a meat. No, it sounds like a meat.
It's gonna clip. Logan Paul admits to everything Coffeezilla said.
Bro, Jake, I was talking to Jake about this over Christmas break. I'm glad I got some time to spend with my brother. And he's like, I was like, "Are you aware of what's happening right now?" He goes, "Dude, I skipped past the video." He's like, "I know you didn't fucking scam anyone." And I go, "Yeah, but like, everyone thinks I did.
Well, this is what I see, and I could be completely wrong. Biting off more than you chew is kind of almost there, but I don't see it being complete because you're doing things that people don't do. So I don't expect you to stop doing what you're.
He's not really biting off more than he could chew. I definitely think he could have done this, especially with the amount of money he put into it. It was just the other people on his team did not do this any favors.
To do, and you want to see that new country that's not there, or build that thing that's not there. The only thing that would just make a tweak of a difference is you're so creative that you're like, here's the idea, here's the process, here's the vision. Now this person's gonna do this, person's gonna do this. I'm gonna move on, and you're a creative. So all I would say is now is just like those the dev team, pick one person that is your right hand, and make sure that that person is every day. If this guy shits or eats a sandwich at lunch, I want to fucking know.
I mean, George, again, we did. It's part of the reason Originals worked so well. We found the guy. And he's fucking good, and we found a team that we can actually rely on to get things done.
Most important.
And then also,
But like 99 Originals wasn't a game; it was just pictures.
Originals is a relatively easy project. I think it's easy to understand, anyways, right?
Yeah.
One picture
Not
goes
easy build.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. One picture goes
So
live a day. It's a 24-hour auction. The next goes up. This thing took months to build, and there were so many delays, and I was frustrated with the build. But
again.
As is always going to be the case,
Sure,
Jeff,
I
because
take it.
I'm reporting directly to you, and you're reporting directly to me.
Of course. But
it was a learning for me in that.
Conica in a week for real.
Dude, tech is hard. Holy fucking shit! I remember ESPN was down the one time we were trying to watch one of the biggest fights ever.
No.
What?
Tennis.
I'm a bit more, a lot more cognizant now of exactly how hard it is to make the stupid little visions that I have in my head come to life.
Okay, so wrapping this up for at least I think, right? For now. Cause I'm just curious what else there's going to be about this, like where this goes, where this story
He's just gonna say Cryptozoo is gonna happen.
Determined that there was not malintent.
This is awful. I gotta click off this. They're not coming to any conclusions. They're not coming to any conclusions. They're wrapping up. He said to wrap this up, and they're still not going over anything specific in Coffeezilla's videos. That's absolutely fucking insane. What a horrible response. That's probably like one of the worst responses I've ever seen. That is probably one of the worst responses I've actually ever seen. Wow.